to the Unlocking of Power of Critical Literacy, the podcast where we dive into the concepts and practice of critical literacy, exploring how we think critically about the word. I am Michael, and today we have an exciting episode where we'll be talking about the importance of critical literacy and how it shapes the way we interact with text, media, and society. I am joined with Lawrence, an educator, alright, Rose, a student, and Lane, our critical thinker. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, Kael. It's great to be here.
I'm excited to dig into this topic. It's something I've been learning more in my studies.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring how critical literacy plays a role in understanding the messages we receive daily.
Let's start with the basics literacy. What does it actually mean, guys? Lawrence, you are an educator, so I'll throw this to you first. I can give you simple. Can you please give me a simple definition?
Of course, critical literacy is the ability to read, analyze, and question text, not just at value, but by examining the underlying power, structures, ideologies, and biases that influence them.
Great explanation, teacher Lawrence. Rose, a student, have you experienced a critical literacy in your learning so far?
It's been eye-opening in my courses. We have encouraged us to read novel, articles, and we not just read the article to say only, for example, in our literature class or subjects, we read and discuss this topic and explore about historical context, how different perspectives shape the text, and really changes with the way I approach everything I read.
I think this is one of the most important aspects of critical literacy. It's not just about decoding words, it's about decoding the messages, the intentions, and the bigger picture behind them.
Now that we have a better understanding of what critical literacy is, let's talk about why it's so important, especially today, Lane. Alright, you've worked in a variety of fields that deal with media, technology, and society. Can you speak to the role critical literacy plays in navigating today's media landscape?
Absolutely. We live in a world that's constantly bombarded with information through social media, news, advertisement, and conversations. Critical literacy is essential because it helps us sift through all of this and not just accept it at face value.
It's a great point. In my classroom, I always emphasize to my students that the ability to think critically about media is one of the most important skills they can develop. It's not just about interpreting text, it's about interpreting words, being able to recognize how media influence our opinions and beliefs. It's key to being informed and active citizen.
Definitely, sir. For instance, with social media, we're often presented with opinions as facts, and the algorithm only show us what we already agree with. Critical literacy helps us recognize when we're being presented in one-sided views as when things are being oversimplified.
So, how can someone develop and strengthen their critical literacy skills? Rose, you as a student, what have you found helpful in your learning journey?
I think most of the first step is being aware of your own biases in order to read critically, and you have to understand how your own experience shapes as how you view information, and from there I think it's really about practice. The more you read with questioning mind, whether it's textbooks or article, tweet, and other platforms, better you get seeing through different layers of meaning.
I agree with Rose. It's like a muscle that you have to exercise. Another way to cultivate critical literacy is by engaging in discussions, talking to others about what you learn, and analyzing the perspective helps broaden your own thinking. The goal is not just to critique but also to see things from different angles and challenges on your own assumptions.
I would add to it's important to seek out a variety of voices and sources. Critical literacy is just about deconstructing a single piece of content. It's about looking at different viewpoints and understanding the larger context. If all we read are texts that support our current beliefs, it's hard to develop their critical lens within.
So, critical literacy sounds incredibly empowering, but I'm sure it's not always easy, right? What are some of the challenges that come with this kind of thinking? Lawrence, any thoughts?
I think one of the biggest challenges is a discomfort and cause when you can starting questioning things that you will always taken granted. It can be uncomfortable, but that's also that beauty of critical literacy. It challenges us to grow and adapt.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that sometimes when I start questioning a source or a perspective I've always trusted, I'll feel unsure about what to believe. It's about or necessary part of learning process.
That's a good point. It's not easy to challenge the status, especially when it's ingrained in our culture. But the more we embrace it, the more we realize a tool for liberation, ourselves from misinformation, bias, and the manipulation of our interests.
Well, that's all the time we have today's episode of Unlocking the Power of Critical Literacy. We hope guys, this conversation sparked some new ways of thinking about the text and media you engage with every day. A big thanks to the teacher Lawrence, Rose, Lane for sharing your thoughts.
Enjoy it. And I'm definitely going to apply these ideas I've read and moving forward.
Me too. It's all about questioning, reflecting, and growing.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Remember, critical literacy isn't just about reading, it's about understanding and engaging with the word more deeply. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep learning.